Well, the bighorn sheep aren't just going to up and leave the shoulders of Highway 200 in the lower Clark Fork Valley, but state officials are working to implement some new ideas that could improve safety on that roadway. However, as Dennis Bragg reports tonight, drivers' caution continues to be the best safety measure.
The death of a Missoula motorcyclist at Bad Rock Point Saturday was the latest in a string of accidents, some fatal, involving the sheep that spill off the surrounding cliffs and graze on Highway 200 east of Thompson Falls. The state has tried all kinds of means to warn people about the sheep being on the road, including these reader boards and other flashing signs. But FWP biologists tell me they're not really working. The sheep continue to die, and the accidents are still happening. One problem is the sheep are drawn to the magnesium chloride used for de-icer, sticking to the stripes and turning the highway into one big salt lick.
We've asked for a speed study with DOT to hope we can reduce the speed limit in some of those areas, which will hopefully improve some reaction time. It looks like we might go away from mag chloride and they'll go to a sand salt option.
Why not a fence? The railroad is fenced, although FWP says sheep are still hit by trains.
Those rocks literally go almost to the white fog line on the highway. There just isn't room to put a sheep fence or any kind of fence that could exclude animals from coming to the highway until they reconstruct it.
That solution is years away, leaving the most immediate and least expensive option, defensive driving.
You need to exercise some particular caution in these areas because these sheep are very familiar with vehicles. They don't tend to be afraid of them as much as a white-tailed deer or an elk would be. The road might be clear, and when they take off, all of a sudden it's a continual curtain of brown in front of you.
And that can happen anywhere west of milepost 55.
They just need to be cautious. They need to drive a little slower in those 2 one-mile sections.
Any place there's a rock bluff on your beside you, because they'll step right out in the road in front of you.
In Thompson Falls, Dennis Bragg reporting for Montana's news station.
And because of all the crashes, FWP says the sheep herd has actually dropped by more than 200 animals in the past 5 years. In